You'll see the real me. A disaster. The secrets that I keep locked like a monster.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the hidden potential system and how you should actually go through and set up building up your characters through the hidden potential system. This is probably one of those questions that I get asked probably more often than not over on my Discord, which if you're not part of the Discord, make sure you guys go over and join. Link is down in the description. Also, follow me over on Twitter at Darkson Gaming. Definitely want to hear from you guys. So, first and foremost, before anything else, you must build units designed to your gameplay. If you're trying to build it to match something else, typically it's not necessarily going to always work out because your gameplay is very important on the way you're going to go ahead and get things situated. But with that being said, there's definitely some advantages to trying to set up how you want your units to go ahead and look like. So first and foremost here, this is all the way up to Universe 7, so I think that's going to give us a pretty good idea because there's so many new characters now that can do so many different things. So the first unit that I want to go ahead and take a look at here is this free-to-play Krillin and Android 18. As you can see, when I actually had them set up, I did as much additional as I possibly could. So why do you want to have additional attacks set up? You know, the question you have to ask yourself is, what's going to be better, getting a crit chance or getting additional attacks? Well, when you do additional attacks, all you're going to be doing is attacking an opponent twice, where if, let's say I'm going against a physical unit, they're not able to be super effective against all types. So in that instance, they're just going to constantly be having 50% damage reduction given to that physical unit unless I get a crit. So obviously having more crit chances got a better chance of dealing more damage. However, in the event of Krillin and Android 18, like so many other units, you have to take a look at their super attack. They greatly raise their attack infinitely. So that means every single time they super attack, they're going to greatly raise their attack. So if you have extra additionals that are going to be built in, they're going to do that. Then you can take a look at them, and you can see that if they get at least 5 key spheres that are ints, they're going to launch another guaranteed super attack. So they get super attack 3 times, which means they're greatly raising their attack 3 times, that is going to be whatever their base attack is. So here, this 13,932, that's what's getting raised 3 times, which then goes through the multipliers and everything else. That's how they get so much stronger with everything. So that's one thing you can go ahead and do with that. Same thing kind of with the UI Goku Intelligence. As you can see here, they have the ability to raise attack and defense infinitely as well. So full additional should be that way. But originally, I did set him up to have 15, let's go through, 15 critical. Not a big deal. It's not like I can't ever change that. If I get another dupe of him, I can go through and change his crit chance over to the additionals. Or I could pay 10 Dragon Stones and have it switched over. So it's not a permanent thing. I highly am not into wanting to spend 10 stones to switch him around, but in some cases that could actually be very beneficial. So when it comes down to units that are going to be, let's say, having the ability to defend, you know, someone that's able to defend against all attacks. So I'm trying to think if there's someone here that actually has guard built in. Let's see here. Hang on one second. Okay, I actually had to jump out because I thought they had somebody, but let's take Injanimba. All right, his ability right here is actually able to be, he's able to guard against all attacks, all enemy attacks. Now, the reason why that's really good is that when you are trying to decide what equipment you want to put on somebody, one of the things you could think about doing with his equipment, which I actually have to kind of set mine up a little bit differently, if you actually, come here now. All right, this right here, defensive boost. This actually makes it so that you lower the amount of damage received when you are getting attacked by a certain type, when your guard is essentially activated. So if you're going to be guard active against all types, this is a good defensive boost that you want to go ahead and add on. So that's just another way you can turn around and say, okay, I want to go full ability to turn around and say, okay, how am I going to set that up? I'm going to be able to turn around and boost everybody against the defense aspect. Now, what happens when you have a unit like Roshi? Now, they're very unique because of the fact that not only are they able to lower attack and defense, which is a good thing. Their super attack means that they're doing something beneficial. You'd want to have additional attack built in. Sometimes you might see where they're a category booster. So key +3, attack and defense +40%. Maybe you want to go full dodge on them to make sure that they're not getting hit. Because in most cases, not so much with Master Roshi and Tien, but typically your support units are going to be in your third slot. They're not going to get hit first. So you're going to want to have them either getting some additional attacks to be able to boost a defense on a super attack, or maybe they're lowering enemies' super attack, or lowering enemies' attack in general on their super. But you want to turn around and be able to dodge and not get hit. Probably one of the best examples that I use on this is probably the Fasha, the Int Fasha from T Bardock. She's able to dodge normally, and she boosts up some other people. So on full dodge, she's going to be good. But then I even take someone that's, you can go outside the box here. Here I've got my Strength UI Goku, and I've actually set him up with full dodge. Now, some people would probably sit there and be like, that's absolutely insane. You should have went additional attack with him or crit, or some type of balance. But the reason why I went full additional with him is because a lot of times I go past turn 7, I need to make sure he can continue to dodge. 1. 2, part of his passive is he actually gains additional attack and defense from when he's dodging. So I need to make sure he's getting that as much as possible. If he's not getting that, he's not nearly as effective. Now, 27 dodge, okay, maybe that was a little bit nuts. Maybe I could probably go back through, change some of these things here, maybe get rid of that skill orb here, maybe, give myself an additional crit chance. Coming through here, they just simply disables enemy's guard. So additional could be beneficial on that standpoint. But that's kind of the way that it's set up. So when you're trying to decide what you want to go with, if you're going to be a damage dealer, you want to turn around and go crit. You're trying to hurt them. Attacks effective against all type. Gogeta. You want to go crits on them. You want to turn around. Perfect example is going to be these guys right here. I went full crit because you want to do as much damage as possible. They are going to be swinging pretty normally at about 4.7 to 5.6 million. And when they are hitting hard, they are just going to be causing a lot of damage. And as you can see, I also went 14 on the strength. Because, not that he's guaranteed to damage all types, but hey, we want to make sure that they're getting as much damage as they possibly can in that situation. But like somebody like a Gogeta, obviously, this right here is really going to help out with his natural ability, kind of like Inchinimba. So if you were to turn around and say, hey, how are you trying to build people up? Typically, support units, I go dodge. My heavy hitters, my people that are my damage dealers, I go crit. And then you kind of have your utilities, which is going to be your infinitely stackers of attack and defense, or infinitely decrease the enemy's attack and defense. Someone that stuns, you want to have as many opportunities to stun them as you possibly can. And then you run into some units that you just don't know because you go back to your gameplay, or you just try to go equal across the board. One other thing that's very important to note when you're looking at a unit, this right here, the silver orb, will never match what their free is. So on tech, their free is actually going to be crit. So I actually cannot get a crit in the silver one. So always kind of remember that. That's very important. That's your opportunity to go opposite. So if I wanted to go additional attack or dodge, that's where I would want to go into. So just kind of one of those things to think about there. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. I really hope this kind of helps you out to decide how you want to set up your potential system, and I hope that kind of explained everything else up. But if not, let me know down in the comments below. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you guys go down, hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell so you're notified each and every time that that I upload a new video. And also, if you like today's video, don't forget the thumbs up, because that definitely helps out the video and helps out the channel. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.